we are going to show you how New Relic can be used from the Azure portal to monitor an Azure web application that is already been built and it's already installed. So, on my Azure portal, we can see here that Parts Unlimited has already been installed as a web application, and we are going to monitor it with New Relic. In order to monitor with New Relic, we need a New Relic account. We can create it either on the New Relic portal, or we can create it directly from the Azure portal. I'm going to create a new account. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to create a new resource group. I'm going to create it in the default location, and then I'm going to assign the legal terms. And I'm going to select my pricing tier. The free pricing tier is enough for our demo, but you can choose a paid pricing tier that will be billed directly from your Azure subscription. So you don't have to pay directly to New Relic. You can use the built-in integration with Azure in order to use New Relic. But for our purpose, the free account is enough. And we are going to create a button, and it will take a few minutes in order to provisioning the account in New Relic. In the meanwhile, I'm going to show you the modifications that you need to do to your Azure application in terms of configuration. You don't even to change the code in order for the code to be monitored. So we need to install the New Relic agent. The New Relic agent is installed by installing an extension, and after that we need to configure these settings for the agent to work. So the first thing that we'll do is we will install the extension in our web application. We will install the New Relic extension that you automatically will place the code on your site. We accept the legal terms. We wait a few seconds, and our first part of the setup is done. We will now configure the settings that are needed for this to work. Remember, these were the settings that we have seen here. So we will enter one by one. And lastly, we need the license key from New Relic, something that we can see on the site or on the Azure portal itself. So we can see here that in the meanwhile, the New Relic account has been created. We can see it on Azure. We don't need to go there. And we can see here our license key. Let's copy it. Let's place it on here, and let's save the settings. So this is enough in order to start monitoring our site. Now let's generate a few requests, a few loads, make a load in order to get some data to be monitoring. So this is the same site that is used on the labs. We are just going to do some random navigation in order to generate some load, database calls, stuff like that. So we'll do a search. We'll see the details. I will add to the cart a lamp. I'll remove the other one because this one is better. I will go to the cart again. I'll go to the login page, and that should be about it. So we have now some requests logged on New Relic APM. You can now see it. So how can we see the data? In order to see the data, we should go to the New Relic site. We cannot see it on the Azure portal. The account has been created automatically, and if you click here to view the data of New Relic, you are going to be logged automatically into New Relic using single sign-on, so you don't need to have different credentials in order to access New Relic. So New Relic needs some kind of information about me. I'll just put some data here. and I will enter a fake phone number, and then I will update the info. And now we can see here that the data is being processed. So this only happens the first time, and after that it should be available all the time. So, and when you start, we have to agree with the terms. I'm not going to read all the legal terms, but you can see here that we have on the overview the number of pages that have been called, the AppDex score, which is a score that means how the application is performing in the eyes of the user. We can see that we had 2.23 requests per minute in our site. We can see the transactions that have been called. We can see that no errors have occurred. We can see here that only one instance is being monitored. The CPU is very low. But we can see other stuff like, for example, the service map. The service map shows the component of our application. So we have our website, and we have a Microsoft SQL instance that is running on Azure. So we can see that. If we go to the transaction, we can see the details from all the pages that have been called, how much time they are consuming as an aggregate, the response. So this should we have more data. I haven't navigated that much, so we have few data. For example, we can see the database calls. We can see here the SQL calls that are taking most of the time. If you want to drill down into them in order to see a particular query, so perhaps you want to see how much time does it take. You can see it's pretty fast, 3 milliseconds average, so there are no issues here. We can see, for example, the external services that are being called. We can see if there are errors. We have no errors, so this is great. The application is performing very well. And we can see also here some built-in reports. For example, the availability, something that we haven't configured, so no availability is being monitored. If we have configured some alerts, which we have not because this is a recent provisioning account, we can see in terms of deployment if they generate errors and such and such. So this is something that you can see very fast. It's very easy to install the agent in Azure. You create a few settings, add the extension, and that's it. The monitoring starts immediately. I haven't performed any deployment of the code. I haven't made any changes to the code. Everything is being monitored. Here on top, you can see the other features, the other products that are part of New Relic. But since we have not configured, we have configured APM, this is the only one that is going to have data.